Okay, so if you are watching the recording right now, either on YouTube or watching on the RFA members platform, welcome. If you are an RFA member, below the video is going to be another place where you fill out a form that will go a copy to Callisto and a copy to Brian Ahern, so then he can keep up and make sure that you're receiving the discount that you're supposed to. And if you have any questions about it, you can always ask us. If you ever drop as an RFA member, the discount is removed. If you are not an RFA member, you should be. If you're not, I would love to talk to you and find out why you're not, because you definitely should be if you're in the cell phone repair industry. I know that much. So let's go ahead. I'm going to let you guys really take this over. I'm going to have questions. I don't ever really do too much research because I like to ask questions and it can kind of help the watchers. Sometimes you just don't know what to ask. So I like to make sure that I'm asking a lot of questions while you guys go along. So I'll kind of let you take over and I'll let people jump in as they get on the call.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Nicole. Good afternoon or good morning, wherever you are in the world, and thank you for kind of having us today. We're here to introduce you to Callisto. It's the trusted marketplace designed for businesses like yours who buy, sell, and repair wholesale tech. Now, Callisto is a trusted global marketplace for wholesale, pre-owned, and refurbished tech. We connect verified buyers and sellers, offering secure transactions, transparent grading, and flexible purchasing options, including catalog listings, auctions, and direct offers. Our marketplace is built on trust, with KYC and KYS verification and escrow held payments. As previously mentioned, if you're in the StreamYard before, we've got a global reach across 60 countries and 3,000 plus buyers and sellers. And Callisto enables businesses to buy and sell wholesale tech confidently. Now, on the call with me today, we've got Laura, Vendor Channel Manager, who will be taking you through the seller platform. And then we've also got Pavle Jordanovsky, who's very much focused on the buyer side and making sure that you've got everything you need to facilitate the purchase of the products. And he is the growth and engagement consultant. Now, and then, hello, I'm Dane. I'm the Callisto Marketing Manager. So our team kind of represent different parts of the business, from vendor relations to marketing to buyer growth. This means we can support you whether you're buying, selling, or scaling your operations. We're here to build long-term relationships, and we're only ever a WhatsApp message away. So it's not just a platform, it's an ecosystem of vetted buyers and sellers doing real business at scale. If you're refurbishing, trading, or holding stock, this is where you'll find high-intent buyers and reliable sellers. With an emphasis on damaged, used, refurbished, and new products, we have wholesale tech to suit everyone's business needs.
So you have sorry, I'd say you have what we would call like repair stock.
So we've got refurbished stock that we
No,
that we
like well, in the repair industry, this is really repair related, so probably what it is.
yeah, no, go for
But
it.
in the repair industry, we technicians, especially high level technicians like micro solderers that own shops, they love repair stock, which are things that come with damage that can
Yeah.
be repaired, be it board or be it a part, something that they pre-know. So like you got damaged here, so they might have like a bulk order of, iPhone 15s that's got some sort of chip damage or Face ID damage, and so the technician knows how to repair that or whatever the issue is, and then they can buy it really at a really discounted rate and then fix it and resell it. And so,
Yeah, but yeah, this is a massive part of our business, and what refurbishers and repairers love alike. So we have the thing called D, which stands for damaged, or DX, and these products will need they've been fully tested, but they'll need cosmetic repairs. And I'll get onto some of the grading that we do a little bit later. But yeah, D and DX stock are a massive part of our business, and something that would cater to a lot of your audience, I'm sure.
yeah, definitely, because there are so many technicians out here that want to be able to buy damaged technology, but kind of know, is it what kind of a little bit of category of damage? It's not like eBay where you go and it's just like no power, nothing turning on, don't know what's wrong with it. Well, depending on what level technician you are, that may be okay. You know, if it's somebody that's like a master micro solderer, does refurb and does all these different things, they're like, give it to me. You know what I mean? But if they're, I don't even know if you do that, but it's just interesting you have damage there because it's like a key word in our industry because so many technicians, they want to find that pot of gold where it's like, wow, I got a really good deal on these devices and all I had to do is repair some stuff and I can mark them up for a lot higher. So I
Yeah.
think that's a good keyword there.
Yeah, no, definitely, and it's something we'll get onto within the grading. It's something that will, we stock a lot of and sell a huge amount of, and it's something Pavle will kind of explain to you how to purchase those on the platform as well when we go through our demos. So definitely something to keep an eye out for. So just kind of a bit of context. Callisto is part of Alchemy, and Alchemy is the largest circular tech company in the world. We are the global experts in recovering, refreshing, and remarketing devices, such as phones, tablets, laptops, and wearables, just to name a few. We're trusted by the largest device manufacturers, mobile operators, retailers, and marketplaces in the world to be their circular tech provider. So we see here, we handle over 2 million devices a year. And being backed by Alchemy means you're buying into consistency, trust, and one of the most stable global supply chains in secondary tech. We have 12 global facilities, and as mentioned, 3 in the US. So with experienced sales, support, and supply in your region, we can support you with your unique business needs. As you can see here, some of the product categories we stock and the brands that we've had on our platform before. Callisto connects all sides of the ecosystem from retailers and enterprises to wholesalers and repairers. We stock a wide range of tech categories from smartphones and laptops to gaming and home electronics. These can be directly from OEMs or verified third-party sellers. So as you can see here, there's 3 ways to buy and sell on the platform. That's auctions, catalog, and offers. You can trade in 3 different ways, which just makes it very seamless for the buyers and suits their business needs. But with that, so if you want kind of a quick turnaround, you could use our catalog to buy now and buy instantly. If you want to source stock and compete for deals, you can bid on our live and silent auctions. And then if you want to negotiate with our sellers or with us as as Alchemy/Callisto as a business, you can submit or receive offers. So it's all
Hold on
about.
one second, Dane. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. One person
No,
is
no, of
saying
course,
they
please.
cannot see your screen. Is anybody else not able to see his screen? See his screen sharing. I can see it. Up in the top right is a view. Um, you can change the view, so you can change it like side by side with the speaker, side with the gallery, multi-speaker. I've got it set to standard, so can everybody see the screen? I can see it. Okay, thank you. Okay. All right, I just wanted to make sure. Okay, it must be
No,
something
no
on their
problem at
end.
all. But yeah,
Okay.
it's just about giving you that flexibility to, move stock or purchase stock in a way that is as seamless as possible for your business. Then if we go to kind of some of our USPs, we have a reliable supply, so a steady flow of graded, damaged, and refurbished stock from OEMs and carriers. We've got built-in trust, so KYC and KYS. So this is kind of a standard procedure in many online platforms. This is to ensure that users on the platform are verified and avoid potential fraud. With Callisto being a marketplace, this gives users additional security on the platform. Furthermore, we also have escrow backed payments for secure trading. And then we also have transparent grading, which I'll get onto in the next slide. But it's also industry standard grading, which removes the guesswork for buyers. And then real-time control, so you can manage deals, bids, and stock 24/7. The platform does not sleep. And then return protection. So we've got 14-day returns with fast and fair resolution. And then as we kind of previously mentioned with our grading, our industry-leading grading is one of the biggest reasons people choose Callisto. Devices on our platform are graded based on consistent predetermined criteria, providing buyers and sellers with clarity and confidence. We have grades ranging from A, B, Z, and C, which we called our working stock. These products are usually ready for resale immediately or might need small cosmetic repairs. And then we've got our D and DX, which would be perfect for people within kind of the repair industry. And this is usually stock that needs more cosmetic repair depending on that grade. Damaged stock, as mentioned, is great for retailers or repair shops that have those capabilities. And as is W grade, which is a mixed grade, a mixed bag of those grades. So it'll be A, B, Z, and C. Perfect for volume buyers who sort themselves and also have repair capabilities, with those A to C devices kind of being pristine to used, ready for resale units. And then kind of just to wrap up, before we go on to the demos between Laura and Pavle, Callisto is built for smart, scalable trading. Whether you're selling tech or sourcing stock, the platform puts you in control, giving you flexible ways to buy and sell. Gives you real-time visibility on every transaction and the peace of mind that every purchase and sale is protected. It's fast to onboard, easy to navigate, and trusted by thousands of buyers and sellers across the secondary tech space. So that gives you kind of a feel for Callisto, but I suppose now let's see it in practice. We'll give it first to Pavle just to show you that buyer experience, highlighting self-serve features, and then we'll go to Laura, who'll take you through the seller portal, showing you how easy it is to list, manage, and move stock globally. But before we kind of hand over to Pavle, I don't know, Nicole, if you had any kind of final questions before we go into to seeing
No,
it in
I'm
action.
just excited to see the platform. Is it like a current, like in the platform right now? Are we going to see devices and stuff like that,
Yeah,
or?
yeah, we're going to see how it will work from an app, from a buyer's perspective. So
Okay, great.
I'll hand the floor to Pavle.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then anybody that's joined so far and didn't hear in the beginning, feel free to ask questions. This is a live interactive demo, so we want to make sure that if you have any questions, let us know. You know, you guys are probably technicians or own locations, and you know, you are legitimately buying devices or looking for repair stock or almost new devices, and it's okay to ask questions because I know right now you may be thinking, well, one, maybe you've already heard of the company, you're already using it, or two, you've never heard of it and you're wondering, well, what is, how does it compare to where I'm buying from now, right? So feel free to ask questions. Let me know if you have an issue sharing. You should be able to share
Okay.
screen. So.
So yeah, if nobody has any questions, hi everyone. My name is Pavle. As Dane mentioned, I lead the buyer side of Callisto. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen here to show you the buyer side of the platform. Do you guys see my screen?
Yeah, all good.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. So when you log into Callisto, basically you will see that Callisto is doesn't look any different from any other e-commerce website out there. But the difference here is that businesses buy rather than consumers. So Callisto is mainly divided in three parts. So we have one part which is dedicated to the account management. Then we have auctions, and then we have the catalog. But when you log in, right off the bat, you see your dashboard. So everybody have a personal dashboard when they log in. So over here, you can see all your orders. So basically, you can see orders that require some action, some that are in the processing, how many orders have been shipped so far, how many orders have been canceled. Also, you can track your bids and the buyer requests you made on the platform. So basically, it gives you some overview or some basically analytics or tracking of your activity on the platform. And then if you scroll down, you'll be able to see some new offers on the platform, and then some of the recent auctions that are yet to be finished, or the ones that are newly added. So
I just want to say, in the chat, if you guys want to say, how do you feel about placing a bid? Is there a pre-pricing or is it different? Like, do they show you like the current bid is at this amount, or you're just going in and being like, I offer this amount, you know? And how do you guys feel about that? I just want everybody's opinion that's on the call. Feel free to chat it down there. You know, how do you feel so far about the software? Well, platform. It's not a software. It's a marketplace. So I feel like by saying software, it's a little misleading. It's a marketplace. So you can list things for sale and you can buy things here, you know. And I hate to say, oh, like some other market that we really well know, you know, that we use a lot every day sometimes in the repair industry, but it kind of is kind of like that, right? You can list all these different things, but it's solely focused on very distinct products that would be available to put in our stores. So I like it.
Yeah. So if there are no questions so far, I will gladly show you the auction side of the platform. So on the right hand side, you will see the auctions. So auctions we have each week. Tuesday and Wednesday are the regular times, but also we have some one-off auctions during different days. So over this period, so Tuesday and Wednesday, we list a larger amount of stock from all our warehouses. And basically, we notify all our users that the auctions are open. So you can see when you go to the auction site, you will see currently where do we have auctions. So right now we have in US, we have in Hong Kong, and in Melbourne. So if I click on the drop down here, I will see all the auctions that are listed in Bloomington, US warehouse. So you can see here we have 4,000 units total, and you can see some batches of products. The products are batched in what we call lots. So lots can be a certain amount of products, and it could be also a mixture of different specs, different products, and different models and different grades. So let's say you're interested in one of the lots here. Let's say iPhone 12 mini. You can click here, scroll down a little bit, and you will see what's offered here. So we have 257 units. And if you scroll down, you will be able to see the specs, their capacity, what's the carrier, and then what's the color.
I have a question really quickly, not to interrupt you guys. So we do have some comments coming in from Jeff and Joel that they prefer to know pricing up front. Is there anywhere on here where they can just go and buy devices with the prices listed, or is it all bidding?
So for the auctions, it's all bidding, right?
Okay.
That's more about the catalog side of the business, which I'm happy to show you a little bit later. So on the auction side is basically we have pre-batched offers, and then you basically put your price and then see if you win or not. We have also the open auctions, where you can see actually the highest bidder, and then based on that, you can formulate your own bidding strategy.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, yeah, we'll look forward to seeing that. Yeah.
Yeah. So these auctions that I'm showing to you are silent auctions. So silent auctions are auctions where you don't see the highest bid. You only see the number of bidders per that lot, essentially. Okay. So silent auctions are mostly auctions where we sell D grade or DX grade stock, which I think it will be very interesting for the audience here. D and DX, as David mentioned, and as David mentioned, are damaged products. So going back to the offerings, so you can scroll down here and see what's offered, and you could theoretically go and add pricing to each of these items, but usually we recommend just putting up your total bid price for the 270 units. Let's say you want to put 10,000. Once you are ready, you place a bid, and then that bid gets logged. When the auctions are finished, we will calculate result and we will notify about the results. If you're a winner, you will receive an email that you won, and directly order will be created. But if you have lost, we will share feedback with you for how much you've lost comparing to the winner, so that the next time you know how to bid for the same products. And then if I go back, so over here, for example, in Bloomington, we have two types, silent and open, right? If I go down, and this is a demo account, which will not show me some open pricing. So these pricing are just demo pricing. But you can see for the open auctions, you can see the highest bidder. So for example, here we have 5 bids, and the current highest bid is 7,500. Now you can figure out like, okay, do I want to bid higher than this, or this price doesn't work anymore for me, so I'm going to skip. So yeah, on the open auctions, we mostly sell what we call the working product. So A to W grade. So A, B, C, Z, and W grade. And the silent is D and DX. So in order to navigate through the auctions, on the left-hand side, you have some filters. So you go from high level, like locations, then you can filter based on grade, based on category, manufacturer, model, and then even going as detailed as colors and really some specs. But the most used one is the location, because everybody wants to buy from a specific location in order to arrange shipping. Any questions so far? I'm going to take that as no. So without any further ado, I'm going to go to the catalog side of the business. So the catalog is basically the place where you can buy 24/7. So there is no stop there. And here you basically select the product categories that we offer. So we offer smartphones, tablets, laptops, desktops, wearables, accessories.
Quick question. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
No
Do you
problem.
have that grading document there really quick again? If you can just, you did go over a little bit, but do you have grading examples?
Yeah. So that's the account management side of the platform. So if you go, for example, in the help and advice, you will find the grading FAQs. So if you open the grading FAQs, you will see the grading criteria. So for example, you can see nicely here a summary. What's the condition of every feature of the device based on the grading? And it goes from A till E. So E is basically bare products, beyond repair products. But you can see, for example, what could be interesting for your audience is the D and DX. You can see it's pretty nicely categorized. So we categorize not just that there are some cosmetic damages, but what are the types of cosmetic damages, like scratches, 2 centimeter length, front glass, back cover, and so on and so forth. So this is accessible to all the users at any time, and they can consult this whenever they want. Okay. So any questions about this?
I don't have any questions.
Cool. All right. So if I go to the catalog again, you can select from any of these product categories. For the sake of this example, I'm going to use smartphones, and you will get all the smartphones that we are offering at the moment. I'm going to pick one, for example, the iPhone 13 mini, and then I'll get a list of all the iPhone 13 minis globally. So from all our warehouses, you see there are 367 product variations. That means different products based on grading, specs, colors, and so on and so forth. So these are product variations, not product quantity. So let's say I'm interested to buy in US. I'm going to go here and use this filter. I'm going to select, let's say, Bloomington, US, our facility there. And now I can see what's offered in that warehouse. So you see that I get a bunch of products here, and then they are listed in separate lines. And so, for example, I review here the price, and I have two options here. If I agree with the price, I can just simply click plus, add this to my basket, check out, select the Incoterms. So as of now, we only offer Xworks. So that means that you should arrange the shipping from our premises. Then you select this Incoterm, you put here some PO number, it could be anything. And then once you've done that, you confirm order, and order is created.
I have a question. If they're an RFA member, at what point does their discount get applied?
So the discount is applied on the seller side, and Laura will walk you through that.
Got it. It's applied on the seller side. Okay. So not as a buyer. Okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So this is one of the options. So if you agree with the price here, but many times the price here won't work for you. That's why we've introduced this feature called Make an Offer. So for example, I'm interested in this unit. I can click here, Make an Offer. I'm going to specify the quantity. Let's say I want to buy 50 units. And now I'm offering a price of 150, for example. I make my offer stand for 48 hours. That means that after 48 hours, my offer will expire. And then I'll click Make an Offer. Now this gets logged into the offer section. So now I'm going to go to the account management side, and you see this offer now is pending. So what does this mean? This means that it's sent to our analyst, who within an hour will review the offer and then they will respond. So they could respond either with they can accept the offer, and if they accept the offer, order automatically is created here, and then that order is taken for processing. But if we are apart with the pricing, they will submit a counter offer. So the user will receive an email with a counter offer, and then at that point, the user have two options: either to accept or to decline. If they accept the offer, again, order is created automatically and it's taken for further processing. If they decline, the process stops, and then what they can do is resubmit at a different location, different warehouse, because pricing varies based on location and based on demand and supply. So I'm going to go ahead and close this offer. Now, another thing that could be interesting for our user is the make a bulk offer feature. So instead of going each and every item and making offers, they can just click this make a bulk offer. They can download the inventory template essentially, and they will get a sheet like this. So basically you're getting an export of all the iPhone 13 minis. So you see here, you have quantities and then place for the price that you offer. So I'm gonna go ahead and select, for example, 50 quantity here and put some prices. Let's say over here as well, I'm interested in this unit and maybe this one, right? I'm gonna save this, and then I'm gonna go ahead and upload this file to Callisto. And then boom, I'm getting a wizard. So these are the products where I offered some pricing. I can make last changes if I want here. Maybe I want to change the quantity. I don't want to basically make offer on 50. And once I'm ready, I confirm bulk offer and I've made offer on all of these units. And then basically what you can do with this sheet, with the bulk offer, so what many users are doing is they download this Excel sheet, and what they do is send it over to their buyers essentially to understand if there is some need for the products that we offer, gather some offers from their buyers, and then based on that come to us and make their own offers. So this offers them a little bit of predictability in the supply chain. And lastly, the account management side. So on the account management side, you basically can manage your account. You can change and update your personal information for the account. You can track the order. So everything that happens on Callisto is pretty much very automated. So orders are automatically created, invoices are automatically attached, and then you can attach your payment here, and then the order is taken for shipping. So you don't need to, go back and forth with invoices, and documents between, people. Everything is inside here, so you can attach here, and then the process moves very fast. So that's briefly about the buyer side of Callisto. Guys, I'm happy
Do we have
to
any
answer
questions about that so far, guys? The buyer side? Okay. All right. So if you are an RFA member, there's standard warranties and buyer protections, or is this handled at the seller level? So do you warranty it? Is there protections for the buyer?
So for the buyer, in what sense? In like,
Well, like the seller maybe sells something and it comes and they say it's a grade A and it comes in it's a grade C, and they want to return it, and the buyer's like, well, we're gonna we're only going to give you 20% back, and you've got to pay overnight shipping, which happens to shops. I mean, they buy from facilities will do that. They'll send them stuff, the grade will be wrong, and then they'll tell the shop, well, you got to overnight it. You have to cover the shipping, and we're only giving you this much back. Excuse me?
Yeah,
Like, what are you talking about?
yeah.
So is there any protections for them, or is this really, I mean, buy at your own risk, learn the sellers, maybe reviews? I don't know.
Yeah, that's a great question. Laura, of course, will be able to answer more about that. But every
Okay.
seller on our website is vetted. Their grading system is vetted, and we check their devices before listing them on our website. But in case if the buyer buys something that is not according to the sales terms, we have also 14 days RMA policy. So we have return policy.
Could I also add there, sorry, that just with escrow held payments, so we do not like give that money to the seller until the buyer has confirmed that they are happy with the product that they've received. If it's not what was advertised or not what they were expecting, then they're able to return that within 14 days.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think you're on mute, Nicole.
Keep the questions coming, Jeff. Love the questions. Okay.
Perfect. I'll hand over to Laura now, who will just take you through the seller side of the portal.
Great, thank you so much. So I'll start here from the same portal, and you can see we enable the seller side for qualified sellers that have gone through a separate onboarding for selling. So we'll walk you through the whole process, beyond being just a buyer and how to be a seller. We'll enable this portal from your same login, so you can just access it from the same platform. This is the seller portal. And you've got 3 tabs on the left: orders, offers, and auctions. Very similar to the buyer side in where the way that you can manage your orders, pending payments, outbound shipments, and that's all held here for you. Same with offers and receiving counter offers. All that information will be there. Auctions is where you can manage all of your draft auctions, live auctions, and then once they close, pending awards, awarded and closed. So this is where you'll also create your auctions and make your own listings. And these can happen at any time. So I know Pavle mentioned some of the weekly activity on auctions, and you'd have seen today's live auctions were all listed by Alchemy and the various Alchemy locations. We have some going live, I know already, later today and tomorrow morning from third-party vendors. And I work with all of our third-party vendors and all of our sellers. So anyone who's interested in selling on Callisto, of course, the first step is to register for free, and then let us know you want to become a seller, and I will be happy to introduce you to the seller program. So here's how you would create an auction listing. You have the option for single lot or bulk lot import. Bulk lot import working on Excel, basically the same way you would import your bulk offers. The only difference is you'd have to access our SKUs, which will be provided when needed, and we'll match those. So to create a single lot, you'll go here to add products, and what you'll do is at the top, you'd select the auction type. And I know we also mentioned that some of the damaged lots are often silent. That's been the case with Alchemy damaged stock, but vendors have the opportunity to choose open or silent on any type of stock they're listing. So it's totally up to you in testing out what works best on auctions and what receives the best bid activity. And that might be silent for repair stock. It might be live for repair stock. So we see different things, and you have full customization of that. So we'll go ahead and say live or open as it's listed. You'd be assigned a warehouse location or multiple, depending on your business and where you operate. And then you also have the very convenient option to exclude regions if you have distribution restrictions and you need to use geo blocking. We can do that. So you can select any countries country or countries that you need to block from sales and sell in specific regions only. So you have that opportunity. And you also obviously have the opportunity to sell in your given currency. So I'll pop in USD here. And you can customize how long you want an auction to be. So down here at the bottom, you'll add your end date. The start date will just apply from when the draft is, every time a draft is resaved or set live. So you'll have that opportunity to save drafts and not go live until you're ready. So we'll go ahead and set an end date here, and then you set a reference for the auction. So that will go in this spot. And then to add products, it's very simple. You can go to add product and select your categories. We have all sorts of new categories popping up from vendors on an almost weekly basis. We're adding new things. You'll see some don't have pictures yet here. And there's just all kinds of stock. So, within accessories, you'll see different packaging, even parts are on their way to being added at the moment. We've got vendors that sell gaming pieces and things like that. So there's just all kinds of different stock here. It's not just phones that you're able to list. So yeah, you can go ahead and select from any of these categories. And I'll go ahead and do an example listing here. Same filters apply for the auctions. So you'll have your grades. You can search SKUs by grade, by variant, by storage, all of that good stuff, and be able to find the right SKU and add it. If there's ever a SKU you're trying to add and it's not accessible, we will add that for you. Just send us the info. You'll have a dedicated email address to send that to, and we'll make sure we get those SKUs added. So I'll go ahead and pop some in, typing in my quantity that I'm listing, and then selecting the add button and save. So now I have this new auction. I still have the opportunity to go in and add more to this if I need to revisit it later. So I can save draft. It's going to tell me if there's an error, which in this case it's saying, remember to add your reserve price. So you do need to add a minimum reserve price. This will not be published unless you have the live auction, in which case it will say reserve not yet met. So it will just only disclose that the reserve has not been met as a notification. So you can add your pricing here, and then it will be able to save the draft, which again, you'll be able to access here in the drafts tab until you set it live. And then it will move over to active. And then you have all your pending as we discussed, and be able to manage any incoming bids. You'll also be able to see the bids in real time and where they fall within your reserve price set. So right now, obviously, it's not going to show any, it's not active, but it's going to populate as bids come in and update in real time. So you have that. And then when the auction time is complete, it'll move over to pending award, and you have the option to accept or reject every auction, regardless of whether the minimum reserve has been met or not. So you have really full control over the whole process from start to finish. And we do ask that bids are awarded or rejected within 24 hours of close, because we like to keep the process swift for the buyer and the seller. As Pavle described, we do have a 14-day warranty period that is initiated once payment is received and shipping has been facilitated. So how that works is the buyer will be notified of the award, and they'll then be able to submit their payment. Similarly, we ask for payment within 24 hours. There is a grace period for that. And obviously, we want both parties to complete the transaction as swiftly as possible. So we work to keep that swift, but there's definitely, room for conversation. And when there's any questions, we need pictures, things like that, that we try and provide all of this up front before the transaction, to avoid any confusion and make sure that everyone knows what's being sold. And so the 14-day process will begin when the stock is shipped. We never ask the seller to ship until the funds have been received to Callisto. So once we have that verification, we go ahead and instruct shipping. Shipping will only be from the seller to Callisto, to the nearest warehouse within the US. And then the stock is no longer your responsibility, and the buyer will have the stock shipped to them. We have some quality control, and we always like to make sure that everything is as it should be, especially when it comes to grading. And so on Callisto, we use universal grading. So every seller has to provide their grading profile, and we marry that with Callisto's grades and make sure that your listings are compliant with Callisto grading. So we'll always ask for images where possible, as examples of each lot where possible. It's not only good for us to be able to make sure that we're aligning within our grading requirements, but also it helps for buyers to be able to see that stock and, get a solid idea of different vendors' grades and making sure that they are compliant with the Callisto grading scale. So, once you have your auction out for shipment, that 14-day period has begun, and full disbursement of payment will happen on day 15, once the buyer has verified that the order is received and processed and all good. So that's how that works.
That's really good. Yeah, that is some protection there, so that's good.
Yeah. And then you'll be able to manage those again in your orders tab and see everything, paid date, ship date, and you'll work with our accounts team directly to receive your notifications that everything's going as smoothly as it should be. But you always have access to your dashboard to see what's going on here.
Okay, great. And you can be a seller and a buyer. So obviously
That's right.
there's a toggle there. And I'm about to share their contact information. If you are an RFA member, it's very easy to contact them, because when you go into the portal, not only are you signing up for your discount, but a form goes to them and then they reach out to you. So, but I'm going to go ahead and post in their contact information so then you guys have it. Okay. Is there any other questions? Anything else that you guys need to cover? I mean, this is a really cool platform that you can do both. And I don't think I heard you say this, but is there some sort of like, I see quantity 30. Is there a minimum? Can they come in here and sell, 30 devices?
There are no minimums or maximums on
Okay.
what the listings
Okay.
require. So you can totally just do what works for you, what you need to move. We love to help our sellers scale. And so we have the opportunity for, the more volume that you sell, the lower your selling fee will be. And just to clarify, there are no other fees on the buyer or seller side. So the only fee associated is the transaction fee for the seller and your shipping costs to the warehouse. So that's as simple as it gets, really. And so our offer is 8% instead of the full standard 10% starting rate. Now, we do offer for high volume sellers where it makes sense from a break-even standpoint, even lower starting rates than that, on a subscription basis where you pay a monthly subscription. So if you're interested in any of that, feel free to shoot me a message. But we are offering 8% selling fee for all of our RFA members.
Yeah, which is normally, I think it's 10%.
Yes.
So yeah, so that's a good little discount. If you're someone who sells devices, definitely check it out. Reach out to them. There is the contact information. I just posted it in there, and with who to reach out to for what. Okay, so you don't have to worry about going to the website, just doing random stuff. You can just email. I'm sure you guys will reach out to them, get them all set up with whatever they're interested in. I'm sure that won't be a problem. Okay, well, is there anything else that you guys want to cover before we go? We're getting close to the end time, so. Oh, we're good. We're good. Okay. All right. Well, thank you all for being here, that joined and watched. I know I'll see you on another live. You know, we like to do these and give you a chance to get face to face with vendors and learn about, you know, different vendors that you might not have known about. So, let's see, we've got a comment. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Yes, we do. We do. Jeff says thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Um, yeah, and we'll have you
Thank
guys on a
you.
live again too, because this is very interesting. I love it. I think that shops are always looking for places to buy devices and sell things. So this is just another place, which I just love. And the portal is very user friendly. So I love the portal. It's not over jumbled or anything. So I like it a lot.
Thank you, Nicole, and thank you for
Thank you
giving us
so
the
much.
platform to give to speak to your lovely members. So thank you.
Thank you. All right, well, I'll talk to you guys soon. And if you're watching the recording, don't forget, if you're not an RFA member, you should be. Reach out to us. All right, bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.